So thank you for inviting me here.
It's
really nice to come to Chelmsford for a change, come outside of Southend. So Lee, this is your first play as a producer.
It is.
So tell us how that kind of happened.
Well, like David said, it all happened very quickly. The last few months, I'd say for at least a year and a half, I wanted to produce my first play. I've been reading many scripts, but none of them really connected and didn't feel right. And then I was chatting to David one afternoon.
Well, it was actually in a curry house.
Went for a curry, having a little catch up. He said, there's this wonderful play called Someone Who'll Watch Over Me by McGuinness that David and Richard have done before. And they said there's a part, Adam Canning, the American, that you were great for, and read the script, and I knew within the first read that was the one I wanted to produce. So. And then we got Chelmsford on board. Ian Knowles, who runs the Civic Theatre, has been a friend for over 20 years, and I was surprised that they'd never produced anything in-house. And I said, how would you feel if we did the play?
And he was totally up for it.
And they took it on board,
Yeah, so it's funny because Richard and I had done the play 10 years ago, and literally 2-3 days before I spoke to Lee about it, Richard and I were saying, we'd love to do that play again, but we didn't know where or how or anything. It was just one of those things, wouldn't it be nice? And then I went for a meal with Lee, and he said, I'd love to do a play with you, but I don't know which play to do. And I just happened to have it in my bag, and I said, well, have a look at that. So he took it out and read it.
That was a massive coincidence, wasn't it? And you mentioned to me earlier there was another coincidence regarding the play, that when you went to do research.
I was looking for because it's very loosely based on the Terry Waite experience, and he was in isolation for about 4 years, and then he was joined by somebody else. So his book is very much a good source of what it was really like to be in this situation. And I was thinking, where am I going to? And I was in London, going somewhere else. I passed the place I was meant to go, and there was a charity shop. I was thinking, on the way, I was thinking, where can I get the book? Maybe sort of a library or somewhere. Anyway, I go into the shop. First thing I see is the book on the shelf, Terry Waite's story.
Unbelievable.
Bought it for £1.
Crazy.
Anyway, Lee's got it first.
It's not my flat, so I'm reading through it at the moment.
It was meant to be. So
definitely.
For anybody who doesn't know much about the play, can you just give us a little bit of insight into what it's about?
Richard.
Yeah, it's the story of 3 men who are thrown together in a cell in Lebanon. An American, played by Lee, an Irishman, played by David, and an English academic, played by myself. These 2 guys have already been in the cell 4 months and 2 months before I arrive, and they're kind of accustomed to it. They're kind of they've grown strong together, and they test each other and strengthen each other against the common foe. And then I arrive, and I'm completely out of my depth in this environment. I've come to Lebanon to teach English, and
the play's very much about how they survive mentally more than anything else, and the way they banter off each other, and they almost get to the point of wanting to kill each other, but then they don't, and it's like so it's about human survival, really.
I think people will be quite surprised. It's really moving, but it's very funny as well in parts. Because they kind of push each other along and keep that morale up as well.
It's a lot about unfairness, isn't there? Really, about why us?
The frustration of being put in this situation when they've done nothing to deserve it at all. And it's torture, it's mental torture, it's physical torture. And Terry Waite actually was on in isolation for 4 months.
4 years.
4 years, sorry, 4 years, with no daylight, no books, no nothing, absolutely zero. Nobody to talk to for 4 years.
You just can't imagine that, can you? No. But has it it's obviously given you an idea. It's very dark in here, isn't it, actually? But also you've got the constraints of an acting space as well, haven't you?
We're all chained to a wall.
So that's got
there's not a lot of room for movement, no.
Provided some challenges for you.
This is definitely the most intimate play or production I've done. I mean, we're literally relying on each other as actors and within this tiny space. And but there's a real sense of the intimacy. It's quite special as well, because you have to really react. You're so close to each other,
and you're probably learning things about each other from being so close together as well, aren't you?
Well, no.
So you're not getting on each other's nerves.
So, who didn't watch this morning?
No.
So the future of the play then. Obviously you're doing it here for a week in the Cramphorn Theatre.
Yeah, which is.
But that's a very short time to do a play in, isn't it?
Yeah, so my idea was to put the play on for a week at Chelmsford for the theatre and for myself as a production, and hopefully with the intention of taking it on tour or bring it into the West End. And I've managed to do a deal where there's a theatre that wants to take on the play in London, which is really exciting. Yeah, but we just need Frank McGuinness to
give the 100% go ahead.
The rights for London as well as Chelmsford. So and his team are going to come down and catch the play in Chelmsford, and fingers crossed, if they like it, we're going to the West End.
So it'll be a 6 to 8 week run in the West End if we do it. Yeah.
That'll be great, won't it? Yeah.
Very
So
exciting.
throughout the play, then, I have to ask, with Lee being in it, is there going to be any singing?
Well, funny enough, there
is a bit of singing.
Yeah, there is a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely not a musical.
Yeah.
We know
There's no backing piano. You don't suddenly have a piano come on and start
Got my band
playing.
back.
No,
Yeah.
but there is a bit of singing, yes. But it's not. It's part of them in the cell. It's not.
It's only
tiny
what was
moment.
written into the play.
Yeah.
By
So
Frank McGuinness.
we haven't put any special music in for Lee. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, he's not been a lovey about that.
No.
Yeah. But you're directing it as well, aren't
Yes,
you?
I'm directing it as well.
So how's it been
Yeah.
directing superstar Lee Mead and not so superstar Richard?
Well, to be honest, it's. Lee asked me to direct it. I originally thought that we'd have another director, but I felt very flattered that he wanted me to direct it. And it is much harder, obviously, if you're in a production to actually direct it as well. So to be able to, sit out there and see yourself is obviously impossible. So that was a bit of a challenge. But because I've done the play before, I've got a very strong sense of, the memory of the production we last did, which I did with Richard, but Lee wasn't in that one. So it's been a bit of a challenge, but I've enjoyed it, and I hope it's going to be all right. And I've had a few friends that have given me some feedback as well, so that's really helped. And Lee's a nightmare to work with, I must say. No, he's amazing to work with. Very demanding. No, he's not. He's the most
Those
lovely.
chains.
No, he's great to work with. So, and I've known Lee for a long time. I've known Richard for a long time. So for me, it's been a big ambition come true.
You used to teach Lee?
Yeah.
Did years ago.
Yeah.
That was my drama teacher.
Yeah, I went to see Lee's concert.
Yeah.
Went to see Lee's My Story.
Current tour.
Current tour.
The current one, yeah.
Yeah, and this is a nice little moment in that where he talks about that.
So 14, 15, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you never could imagine back then when Richard was teaching you, you'd actually be on stage
Yeah.
performing together.
All these things that have come together. Like I said, me finding my first play to produce. Having known David and Richard for over 20 years and bringing that personal relationship to the play, I think that's going to really enhance it as well, and bring a lot to our relationship.
Yeah,
because those barriers are instantly dropped. Because when you go and rehearse any play or production, it takes that time to get to know the people you're working with. But
so that was already gone, that bit.
There are all the other coincidences as well. Your Hugh Quashie.
Oh yes. So Hugh Quashie, that's in Holby, plays Rick. Been in the show the last 18 years or so. He was the original Adam Canning at the Hampstead Theatre in London in 92, 93. So then I didn't even realise. I opened up the script and on the original cast list it said, Hugh Quashie, Adam Canning. I was like, wow. So all these things.
Has he given you any tips on the role?
He has. All he said is that I'm looking forward to seeing it. And give my notes after. Yes. But I'm sure he's going to love it.
But Lee's been an amazing producer. This has come about really fast as well. And I say Ian Knowles and the team here at the Civic have been amazing. And this set was built so quickly, and there was a young girl that designed it and built it. It was amazing. So
the set looks incredible, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we also have original music written by Lee Kavanagh, who's written a lot of film scores. So I think this might be his first play he's written for. So he's in tonight. So
it's a little fest.
hopefully he's going to like what
we've
done.
got the further Eastwood School connection with Chris May, who's designed the lighting for us.
So we've been bringing a little bit of Southend to Chelmsford this week. That's nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's great.
Born and bred.
We're all Southenders. It's great. Well, I can't wait to see it tonight. I've just seen a little clip of of what it's going to look like. And,
well, I hope you enjoy it.
It looks amazing. So I can't wait to see the whole thing tonight.
Oh, thank you, Kim.
Break legs.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kim.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.